One of the biggest things that I always think about whenever I'm talking to people about their taxes, and one of the biggest things that I always ask, or one of the questions that I always ask is this: what do you know about your tax return? And a lot of the responses that I get, I know nothing about my tax return. I'm like, well, why don't you know anything about your tax return? They go, well, it's just too complicated, or it's different things like that. And I'm like, okay, but in reality, it's this: if you don't know your tax return, then how do you know people aren't taking advantage of you? If you're giving your tax return to someone to prepare it for you and they're not educating you about it, then how do you know they're doing it right? If you're preparing the tax return on TurboTax or H&R Block or just another type of software and you're doing it yourself, but yet you don't know how it works, then how do you know the software is right? My advice to anyone that has their own tax return, or all people that have tax return, is this: learn the tax return, learn what it is, learn the things about your tax return, because here's why: it's the financial story of your life. If you think about it, it's your history, how well you did, how well you should be doing, where should you make changes. I mean, all those things are based on your tax return. And if you don't know that information, then you need to educate yourself. And if you're not educating yourself, then you need to get someone to educate for you and teach you how these things work. And then from there, you will be more equipped to be able to make different strategies or make different movements or different things in order to really improve your life from not necessarily a tax return perspective, but from a financial perspective. Because again, the tax return is your financial history, and that's something that we all should know. And we should not depend on someone or some software to do it for us. We should educate ourselves about it, because once you know something about it, here's what you can do: you can actually go back to the software or go back to the person and look at it and go, you know what, why is this? Why did you do this? And now you have more knowledge and more information, because now they have to answer your question, because you're now more in tune to know what's going on. So drop me a line, let me know what you think, and I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Bye.